It's great to be back on the factory. We have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to cover, but a special thank you to you for doing the listening on all our audio platforms and also doing the watching here on YouTube. I'm so happy to be part of this growing community of fact checkers and media literates. And special thanks to Witness for being the powerhouse behind this production. Welcome back to the show. My name is Ecole. You can find me on social media at EcoleXI. Ghana's election period is over, and contrary to earlier episodes where I said I wouldn't vote, guess what I did? I voted, and I'm proud of myself as a citizen of Ghana. Go me. Yep, but now this election represented something that baffled me a lot, and I was very interested in this right from the scratch. This is Ghana's first election since the proliferation of artificial intelligence, and it was a wild one. Now, there were many instances of misinformation and disinformation going on out. I hope all Ghanaians who pay attention to this show, who watch this show, who listen to this show on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all our other audio platforms, or watch on YouTube here, will be able to tell some truth from not so truths in this election. Well, my favorite part of all this was when an MP of a certain constituency lied on tape when there was video evidence showing the person distributing food, and the person claimed on another video that they weren't aware that food was being shared. Meanwhile, video captures the person, well, around the team sharing the food. And this is so interesting. Now, let me take you to the laws of Ghana. Let's first establish that Article 33, Representation of the People Law in the 1992 Constitution, forbids voter inducement. And it says a person commits the offense of bribery A, if he directly or acting through another person gives money or obtains an office for a voter in order to induce the voter to vote or refrain from voting, or corruptly does such an act on account of a voter having voted or restrained from voting, or makes a gift or provides something of value to a voter to induce the voter to vote in a certain way, or to obtain the election of a candidate. So the law has it clear as daylight. But when the Member of Parliament was approached about her lies, it was video evidence that solved the whole conundrum. Now, talking about video used as evidence, I would like to go on video and chat with a broadcast journalist in Ghana. He is well known in court reporting and using video as evidence. Mutala Inusa joins me for this conversation. Thank you for speaking with us, Mutala. Now, how essential is video as a form of evidence?
Well, with the kind of work that we do, it's always important that you be able to justify the kind of things that you talk about. So you have a video to speak to the very matter that you are demonstrating. It gives some kind of reality to what you are discussing. And also when it becomes a subject matter of contention, you are able to justify with the video that you have. So essentially, having videos to tell your story, having a sort of evidence, it's more like the evidence that you have to back whatever you are saying.
What should you consider when filming content intended to be used as evidence?
Of course, the law allows which part of the things you can film and those that you cannot film. When it involves minors, when it involves certain items or certain personalities, for instance, underage children, the chances are that their faces are not supposed to be shown. Even suspects who have not been found guilty, the law allows that they are protected until such time that that particular decision is taken or the court competent jurisdiction find them guilty. But when you want to go ahead and use such videos as a piece of evidence, then there are certain elements as per the practice of journalism that you need to consider.
So one of the challenges with video evidence is proving its authenticity. What steps do you take to ensure that a video is credible and not manipulated before using it in your reporting?
Especially so, that is where you have to always be at the scene. That is where you have to always make sure that you cross check, cross check, cross check. So you have to do all these verification, especially when you are getting it from a third party. It is not something that you yourself can authentically, or you can say authoritatively prove that this is a video that you can defend it anywhere. The point is that when it's coming from you, you are safe. But when it is coming from a third party, the point is that there's a big responsibility on you to be able to verify, cross-check, verify. And of course, when videos are out there and they are not authentic, there are certain features out there that will make you see, or will make you know, identify that these things, or this very video you are using, have issues. In this era of technology, people can cut, paste, put a lot of things to distort information. But once you are able to cross-check, you trust your sources, and you are able to read in between the lines, I think that is the safer way of going. But if you are not, if you are in doubt, cross-check.
Finally, what advice would you give on how to approach recording, verifying, and presenting video content?
Especially when you know it is coming from you directly is safe. When it's coming from somebody that you trusted most, it is very safe. But when you have doubt in the field of work, there has always been that line. When in doubt, cross check. Once there's something going through, your instincts tells you that though something could happen, or something could probably go amiss, then the chances are that you need to look at it again. The chances are that you have to be very, very careful and extra careful. When in doubt, don't mind about the fact that you want to be the one to say that I have video to show, when indeed you might be doing yourself a great disservice. What is very apparent, what is very clear, or what is very important and necessary is that play it safe than later on having yourself to blame.
Wow, that's a whole lot of wisdom there. I don't think we even need a tip for today. But, let's rewatch this and listen to it as many times as we can because it's got the whole juice. Special thank you to Mutala Inusa there for giving us these tips.